Yo, this episode of Index, episode 6, JC Staff. This was an excellent episode. This has to be one of the best, if not the best episode of Index so far I have seen. The character development, the explanation of villains, the sweetness, the heartwarming moment at the very end. It's so much, man. The character redemptions, the crazy blood and gore, man. It's just this was really dark compared to Index. When I saw Index, I knew there was some messed up stuff happening, but to see it on this kind of level was just damn. Because I guess Toma is not really revealed to the really messy, gory sides, such as his best friend Accelerator are. So this was a very big turn of events. But before that, let's talk about Hamazora. This guy. A lot of people say he's Toma 2.0. He is Toma, but without power and without the harem. He has some girls that care for him, but however, he is on the dark side, where Toma is not. He has no powers. He even tried to do a little thing where it was very stupid of him, and by the end of season 2, he got his butt kicked by Toma. And it seemed like everyone who gets their butt kicked by Toma, whether they learn their lesson or they pay for it by not learning their lesson, and he learned his lesson. Sure, he was still on the dark side, but he still wanted to do right nonetheless. He was a good guy. We all say that. He was just in the wrong situations, doing the wrong thing, but still had a good heart. And seeing how his boss, the leader of Item, was being a total bitch. I mean, she did not care about her subordinates whatsoever. She was willing to use that one girl to use the ability crystals and even mutilated the other girl because she was forced to tell them where they were at, and just dragged her body. You didn't need to drag her body to prove a point that you're a bitch. You didn't need to do that, but you did anyway, so I do applaud you for that. Good job. So he had a thing in his mind, what Toma would do. He didn't know Toma's name, but that inspiration he got from him by that punch gave him the motivation to do something, to act, not just let people do things for him. He can do something, even without powers. So by doing that, he had to use his brain. He really did in this one, because you can take out someone with extra abilities. If this was magic, it could be a different story, but this is science, and by using science, you have to use logic. So therefore, you still have a chance to win, even though it's very small percentage. And of course, she had to sacrifice something in return, to get her guard off. She was a very powerful person, so there's no way he could beat her head to head. So he had to let her get her guard down. And by doing that is by sacrificing one of his eardrums. In return, he put the ability crystal into her eye, and completely damaged it. And gave it a good old left hook, man. Just bam! Not in the cheek, straight in the face. I'm like, damn, justice has been served, and he done his good deed for the day. The guy can go home, take a rest, and watch some TV. Good job, Hamazora. Now let's get to the part where I really want to talk about, and that is Accelerator in the entire plan of school. Their plan, of course, like I said before, was to take down Alistair, but to do that, they need to get Alistair's attention. Sure, they had a device, Tweezer, and they even had Asper, Kakine, who could use dark matter and some beautiful, archangel wings, but it wasn't enough. In order to get Alistair's attention, he needed to take the place of Accelerator, who was standing up top of the strongest Esper in the city. So he was trying to find Last Order, but luckily Accelerator found him first. And then that's when one of the best battles I've ever seen in Index ever take place happened. The animation and the CGI blend together well. This is like some unfotable where studios called stuff. It looked really well. Usually when people use fight scenes and using a CGI background while fighting in 2D animation, you can feel it sticks out too much. To the point it's nice, but it sticks out. This felt well blended. They took the textures of the original 2D animation and they made it look well. So therefore, it feel like it would, lose yourself in a way. But to the point where you could still keep your focus on the fight, which was, like I said, nicely done. Damn, this was well done. Seeing Accelerator growing out his wind wings and fighting against Kakine, it was a nice fight, and I love their talk between what it means to be a real villain. Now, one might ask, what defines a top tier villain? You know, what is a top tier villain? It can't be a thug, someone who gets anyone in trouble, rob banks. No, that's self-interest. Someone with high persisting goals, someone who wants to change something that they see is corrupt, but they use evil means to do it. And there's many other explanations. Characters you can sympathize with. However, I couldn't sympathize with Kakine, so therefore maybe he wasn't that much of a top tier villain, but he wanted to be one. Because in the end, it was Accelerator. Accelerator was someone who was willing to do what was right by doing bad things to do it. Because, doing it by law would just take forever, and there's restrictions that the law just can't do. So, even when fighting Kakine, Accelerator was still strong enough to even protect the people around him. So I didn't notice it neither, but it turns out the whole entire time while they're fighting, Accelerator was protecting the civilians, because a true villain doesn't need to get anyone else harmed in his plan. He is like a sharp lance, an arrow. He keeps focused on his target and get his goal. Nothing else in the way matters. There's no need to get anyone else in the way. Destroying everybody, bragging about how powerful you are. There's no point in all that. That's a low tier villain. You'll be top tier. You do what you need to do and you go home. And that's what Accelerator does best. So, after just humiliating fucking Kakine, he was about to bend him off, about to Glock his ass. But that one lady who was taking care of him, don't do it, She still is fighting for Accelerator. She still believes Accelerator doesn't have to kill people, even though he killed tons of people before he was about to kill Kakine, ironically. This wasn't going to change his mind. What was going to happen? He's going to kill some more people later on in the series, I believe. So, him not doing this wouldn't change a damn thing, but... So anyways, she was laying out a nice speech, and she actually did take the gun from him. He stopped. I guess in a way he did build a bond from her. But however, of course, Kakine being a bitch. Kakine, you were stupid. You could have just ran. You should have ran. Ran or attack Accelerator. You didn't need to attack the lady. Come on, man. If you're a good villain, you never do that. You always try to attack the hero or run off. Those are the only two options you had. You didn't need to attack the lady, but you did anyways, and because of that, you got your shit rocked. That's your fault. Accelerator, he still had the guilty conscience of what he did to the Misuka sisters. I remember in some episodes, even watching Railgun, he would talk to the Misuka clones and tell them why they're doing this, what's the point of doing this. And in a way, it felt like he didn't want to do it at first, but later on he got used to it. He got used to being a villain. So because of that, he just kept on doing it because it felt like it was an everyday life thing for him. So he didn't care much about it. Until now, he's starting to see more of the world with a wider view. He now feels guilty about it, which is very understandable now. So when he saw that woman he did care about, even though he was being tsundere about it, get hurt, he was beating the holy hell out of Kakine. And everyone's around about the guns, just ready to shoot, anti-skill, everything. And they know they weren't going to stand a chance. No bullets was going to work on Accelerator. You know that by now. Why are you in here? Just run off, go. But one little girl, one sweet little cinnamon roll came along and just said stop. All she said was stop. She didn't say it in a very desperate or sad way. She just smiled and just said stop. You don't need to do this, and hugged him. My heart right here was like, that was wholesome. That was wholesome. I don't know why, but in anime and manga, the biggest, baddest dudes, for some reason, always have a cute little sweet cinnamon roll in their corner to watch over them. I guess it proves that they do have a very nice heart. And it goes well. Like Kenny from Bleach with his little lieutenant and plenty of other shows like that. There was always the baddest ass people within the show, but they always have that little lolly character that, makes them seem like a nice person. So yes, everything was wrapped up, everything was done, everyone went home. But however, there was another group. We had school, we had item, we had block, we had member, and now apparently there's another group called Dragon. and we don't know what they're up to or what they're about, but we're probably going to find out sooner or later, but not right now. It seems like next episode is going to be about Toma and friends. So yeah, we'll be going back to the more lighthearted things, so Toma and his shenanigans with his misfortune. So yeah, let's prepare to see that. So yeah, like I said, this episode was one of the best episodes I've seen of Index so far, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So if you enjoyed this video, if you liked it or not, rate, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. This has been Madcrownxox, signing out. Have a good one.